Welcome everyone to our full moon celebration. Tonight we honor the sun in the sign of Leo and the moon in its opposite sign, Aquarius. But before we start talking about Leo and Aquarius, I'd like to spend just a few minutes sharing with you what the particular aspects are to this full moon. First of all, it's another super full moon, the fourth in a row, which means the moon is as close to the earth as it can possibly be. And the full moon moment is exact at 6:36 p.m. tomorrow. So because of that super full moon, we know that our emotional bodies are going to be easily triggered, as well as the tectonic plates on our planet. So earthquakes, volcanoes, and fires may impact us again, as they already are. The flooding in Kentucky, the wildfires everywhere. So be extra cautious and vigilant about staying aligned with spiritual being so as not to get off track. Stay centered in what you know and who you are, a spiritual being having a physical experience here on earth. And it's helpful to try to develop the observer part of our nature so that we can watch events unfold without getting sucked into the drama. Which is not to say we close down our hearts. Leo is all about heart energy, so that would not be good. But it is possible to open our hearts in compassion without drowning in the feeling. In these challenging times, I realize that sometimes that's difficult. We try and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's important, I think, to love and accept ourselves, whatever our emotional state. And of course, we are not just opening to our own feelings. We're also impacted by the pain and confusion of the world. I remember one time deciding to open to the pain of the world in my meditation. I'd always been afraid that if I tried that, I would feel totally overwhelmed. But instead, what happened was that I became full of compassion. My heart opened, and all I felt was love and compassion. So one of our tasks this month is to expand our hearts, open them as much as we can, and then love and accept ourselves when we can't. One of the symbols for Leo is the lion. So it takes courage to open our hearts, yes? We seem much more able to listen to our minds. So it's helpful to remember that old saying, don't believe everything you think. The aspects for this full moon are volatile and dynamic. What else is new, right? I think I've been saying that for the last 6 months at least. We have a rare triple conjunction that we haven't seen in over 2,000 years. Mars, Uranus, and the North Node are all in the sign of Taurus and sitting very close to each other in the sky. And they are all squared to the sun and the moon. So this is not a calm, peaceful configuration. Mars, the warrior god, is speedy energy. It's hot, and it's about purification. When combined with Uranus, who can bring shocking truths and awakening, we have a very volatile, chaotic, turbulent energy. This configuration is the ignition point for everything for the rest of the year. It's like lighting the match and waiting for the fire. So we can expect radical changes. The crescendo is building more and more and more. Heidi Robbins, my favorite astrologer, says this about this powerful configuration. Quote, this is a powerful alignment. The warrior, Mars, of awakening, Uranus, has a mission, which is the North Node. Or there is an urgency to wake up and change some things for the collective benefit of all. That's Mars and Uranus in the North Node together. We are needing to accelerate the rate of our waking up. Individually, we can expect that we are shaking and waking up, allowing for a profound release of old patterns. And we can simultaneously ignite new systems based on our evolving values and individual and collective missions. So she asks the question, how are you awakening? End quote. It's a good one to ponder. The North Node has to do with our future destiny. So what is the positive purpose behind all this chaos? The accelerated speed of everything means there's an accelerated evolution of humanity that's becoming possible. We are upgrading our consciousness. As the new high frequency energies meet a low vibration, the lower energies fall away. The old structures die off. But it's all about the potential for awakening. Anything that is not of love will fall away. The higher frequency of Uranus is about a higher state of being. It's about being transformed. We are making quantum jumps in our frequencies. This is what it takes to shake up the old density on our planet as well as in our own lives. Don't you recognize in your own life that when challenges come and you meet it from the highest that is within you, that new strength emerges, new purified energies become available to you. You operate on a higher energetic frequency. The old dying off creates a space for the new energy to manifest. Okay, let's switch gears now and talk about Leo and Aquarius. We just emerged from the sign of Cancer, where our threefold personalities, emotional, mental, and physical bodies, came together to create a form. But that form was immersed in the consciousness of the masses. The Cancer personality hasn't yet achieved independence from the family, from the tribe, the culture, or the group. That's the work of Leo. Two of the dominant qualities of the Leo experience are sensitivity and self-awareness. Knowing oneself as an individual, more than part of a family or a peer group. Leos must recognize their own wholeness and their own uniqueness. That's the first step, developing that strong sense of the self. But that self, at first, is sensitive only to himself, not necessarily to the other. He's sensitive to what others think. He wants to shine, to be the actor on the stage, the sun around which all of the other planets revolve. So he's very aware of other people's opinions, and those opinions are registered in his emotional body. He reacts emotionally. Once the soul begins to impact the Leo personality, that sensitivity can grow into an awareness of others, a sensitivity to his own impact on others, how his behavior affects others, and also to the larger issues like injustice, economic disparity, or the protection of the environment. He basically begins to connect strongly to his heart. One of the mantras for Leo is, I am that, and that am I. This mantra describes the evolutionary journey of Leo. As a personality, Leo says, I am. He's an individual and has full awareness of his own identity. Then the soul begins to touch him, and he becomes aware of the other. I am that. When the soul is in control, Leo can say, I am that, and that am I. There's no separation between he and the rest of humanity. He sees the way in which we are all connected. There's a poem, of course, which I think describes the Leo journey. It's one I've shared before, but it's worth repeating. It's by May Sarton. Now I have become myself. It's taken time, many years and places. I've been dissolved and shaken, worn other people's faces, run madly as if time were there, terribly old, crying a warning, hurry, you will be dead before what? Before you reach the morning? Or the end of this poem is clear? Or love is safe in the walled city? Now, to stand still, to be here, feel my own weight and density. Now there is time, and time is young. Oh, in this single hour, I live all of myself and do not move. I, the pursued, who madly ran, stand still, and stop the sun. Can any of us identify with this journey? Are you aware when you're wearing a mask or playing a role? The goal in this month is to express more and more from your authentic self, to be here and feel your own weight and density. Leo is a fixed sign, a fire sign, and it's ruled by the sun on the level of the personality, the soul, and the spirit. Leos are meant to shine, but not just to shine on themselves, but to bring that radiant sun to shine on the world. One of the symbols for Leo is the lion, because the Leo personality wants to be the king of the jungle. He roars and everyone obeys. He embodies the qualities of will and power. The soul-infused lion uses his power, his authority, his will in service to the world. The sun is our life force. So in this Leo month, we should begin to feel our energy moving outward. There's more solar energy available to us this month. Perhaps we can use this solar energy to bring the light of the sun into our hearts and radiate it out into the world as love, light, warmth, and compassion. We don't have to go anywhere to do this. We just embody the light that we are. And those subtle beings who share your living space will benefit as well. They are fed by your energy, just as we are fed by theirs. Another mantra for Leo is more radiant than the sun, purer than the snow, subtler than the ethers is the self, the spirit within me. I am that self am I. I am that, and that am I. We are connected to each other in this way. Several years ago, when I first started meditating on this mantra, I found myself sobbing. There was such a longing in me to know that self, to know that I am that self. That is our opportunity this month with the sun in Leo. We can tune into that part of us that embodies the divine, the self that we are in essence. And this poem by Rumi. Lo, I am with you always, means that when you look for God, God is in the look in your eyes, in the thought of looking, nearer to you than yourself or things that have happened to you. There's no need to go outside. Be melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself. A white flower grows in the quietness. Let your tongue become that flower. So, my friends, when you look for God, when you long for that connection and yearn for that union, know that God is in that very yearning, nearer to you than yourself or any of the things that have happened to you. So you can wash yourself of that old small self and be the flower that opens to the sun and grows in the quietness. You can make use of this energy this month Call it in, invoke it every day. Be the radiant sun that you are. Shifting gears a little now. In medical astrology, Leo is associated with the heart and the spine, our sense of vitality and our will. We need the courage and willpower of the lion to walk our own path. And it takes resolve to live the life we were born to live. So now for the last few minutes, I'd like to talk a little bit about the opposite sign, Aquarius. In medical astrology, Aquarius rules the circulatory system. So Leo must connect to his heart and radiate, and Aquarius will distribute that life energy through the blood. Aquarius is the networker. He distributes. Aquarians are also known to be independent, unconventional, rebellious, and often they are very socially aware and progressive in their thinking. So how do we unite these two energies? Leo has to move from self-love into love of humanity, represented by Aquarius. Move from the focus on the individual to the universal. Leo must move from serving just himself to service of the group, the larger whole. Leo is a fire sign, the heart. Aquarius is an air sign, so it's more about the mind, but it demonstrates when these two are blended together as intelligent love. Aquarius as an air sign is impersonal, so it needs the warmth of Leo. And Leo needs the impersonality of Aquarius to detach from personal love. Movement of these two energies has to be from me, Leo, to we in Aquarius, from the personal to the universal. So these are our challenges this month: to love, but not dominate, to care without becoming overly dependent, owning our own power, but not using it to manipulate others. Then I'd like to read one more quote before we go into meditation. Quote, "Let the pure light of reason and understanding dispel the fogs in which I have long walked. Let the mists disappear, and let the cloud of care disperse within the radiant light of the sun, which shineth ever in the fog. That sun is found within my mind. Within that sun I stand." End quote. So put your awareness now on your heart center. Remember that Leo rules the heart. So I'd like you to imagine yourself sitting on a peaceful beach. You can hear the sounds of the waves crashing onto the shore. You can smell the salt air. You can maybe hear the seagulls croaking. But looking around, you see it's just about sunrise. So feel the warmth of the breeze on your face. The temperature is just right. Now watch as the sun rises. Imagine it fully above the horizon now, brilliant in its orange gold flaming light. Breathe that sun right into your heart. Feel its warmth as it irradiates your entire body, filling each cell with light. Your heart beats, and with every pulsation, the energy of love, of light, is sent to every part of your body. Feel the energy of this love fill you with vitality, with energy, with a vibrancy. Feel it spread to your emotional body, healing all wounds, all hurts, all grief, everything that is stored there. Let go of the hostilities, the ideas of separation, and yesterday's experiences. Allow yourself to experience the flow of life moving through you, freeing and clearing. Now flood the mental body with this love and light from the sun. Feel it stimulate your clarity and create a purity of thought. What does it feel like to love your body in this way? See yourself as a radiant being of light, more radiant than the sun. That is you. Feel it in your heart. I am a radiant being, full of light. That is who I am. At my very core, I am light and love and intelligence. This is my true, deep self. Purer than the snow. I'm a being of essential purity. No matter what I've done or what's been done to me, in my essence, I am pure. I am this love. I am this sun. The spirit within is me. Now imagine this sun at the center of your chest. Wherever you go, imagine it shining 360 degrees from that center. Include all those that you see and interact with in that light. And imagine that the light that is within you is the same light that is within them. Imagine living your life this way, seeing the light in every person you meet, and radiating outward your own inner sun. That is the gift of Leo and Aquarius. Let us sit in this silence for just a few moments before we come back. All right, let's take a deep breath and bring ourselves gently back. Okay, my dear friends, thank you so much. Don't forget to put other suggestions in the chat box if you'd like. And thank you for showing up tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Namaste.